Hey guys, Lester, and welcome back to another Ice and Fire mod review here on the channel. Today, guys, we are on to the mini bosses in the Ice and Fire mod, which is like the final chunk or majority of mobs. There is one boss mob left after this, which I'm going to be making a completely separate video on just because, but there is only one of that. And the rest of these mobs are considered mini bosses. So before anyone starts going crazy, everything I'm about to go over, just keep in mind that the wiki considers these mini bosses, not bosses. So the first mob before we go over any mobs, if you guys have been enjoying these mod showcases, be sure to smash that like button to show your support. And maybe consider subscribing on the channel. I'm just making sure I'm recorded before we fully get into this. So the first mob we are going to be going over today is the Fire Dragon. Fire dragons are one of the 3 species of dragons that roam the overworld. They are most famously known for their deadly fire and flight abilities, as well as their formidable reputation. Fire dragons have 9 natural attacks, all of which can dispatch a player with ease. As well as this, they progress through 5 stages of development where they grow larger, stronger, and more terrifying. So the appearance of what the Fire Dragon looks like I'm about to show you guys, so we don't need to worry about that. Let me also get my kill all command ready just so I have that. I also just made a video on this kill all command the other day, so check that out if you haven't seen it already. But this is what the Fire Dragons look like. They are orange, actually, not exactly what I expected, but as you can see, they can come in different sizes and colors, but this is the Fire Dragon. It can be green as well. I think gray I saw as well. Yep, you can get a gray one. And, oh, yep, there's the red ones. These are what the Fire Dragons look like. They have loud roars. They have 266 health, looks like they can go up to. They have 11 shield. I'm just going to kill them all off just so we don't have them roaring the whole time. But that is what they look like in your world. They can drop a variety of different objects. They can drop dragon scales. They can drop dragon hearts, dragon flesh. They can drop dragon blood. Here's the skull that the Fire Dragon drops at stage 4. They can drop dragon bones, and of course the rare dragon egg, which can only be dropped at stage 5 of a female dragon. So only the female dragons can drop the dragon egg, keep that in mind, and they drop 2 or even 3 of the dragon eggs. And I picked red just because that matches it, but they can drop multiple different colors of eggs. There's not a specific thing, I'm pretty sure. Fully grown dragons will drop 46 bones and either 12 vials of blood or 56 scales. So they pretty much can drop between any of these objects and that many of each, which is pretty crazy. Spawning, Fire Dragons can spawn in any biome that has a temperature of above negative 0.5. So save for the jungles, savannas, and badlands. Younger dragons can be found in small roosts on the surfaces, which would be the stages 1 to 3, whereas the older dragons, which are stage 4 and rarely stage 5, lurk in caverns beneath the ground. So you can find these guys underground as well. After the threshold of about 10 to 15 species being killed, all Fire Dragons grow stronger based on the number of invocations of the rule mentioned above. So essentially there's actually a population difficulty. So if you kill 10 to 15 dragons, the remaining dragons in your world will become more difficult, because I'm assuming this applies to, lightning and ice dragons as well, which we will be going over soon. But it does say specifically Fire Dragons, so I'm guessing it's specific per each dragon type, but still, that's pretty crazy to think about. And if you guys have seen the Let's Play series on, what's the mod called? RL Craft, that mod pack, you guys may have remembered dragons killing people, and that was the Ice and Fire mod at work there. Behavior, I'm not going to go over their behavior and abilities because I truly do want you guys to experience how they interact, but I will say what the abilities are called. So there's Roar, Super Roar, Bite, Grab and Shake, Tail Whip, Wing Beat, Fire Breath, and Fire Bomb. Again, I don't want to go over too much about these guys because they are the mini bosses, and I feel like it would be too much of a giveaway, and I want you guys to experience the mod for itself. So, although I'll tell you guys where they spawn and what they drop and what the abilities are called, I will not tell you exactly how to fight these guys because I want you to experience that yourself. But if you do want to check it out, it is on the wiki page. And again, I don't want these videos to be too long. I'm just kind of scoping over each mob type. So next up is the Ice Dragon, which, as you can see in here, does have a little bit of differences. So Ice Dragons are one of the 3 dragon types. Like Fire Dragons, Ice Dragons have several formidable attacks that they can use against players. They also progress through the 5 stages, like we stated before. So spawnings, ice dragons can spawn in any biome that has a temperature of negative 0.5 or below. Younger dragons of the stages 1 to 3 are found on small roofs on the surface, where the older ones, stages 4 and 5, are in subterranean caverns. So it didn't say subterranean with the last one, it just said caverns, so I'm not sure if there's a difference there. Anyway, drops are like the other ones. They can drop scales, hearts, flesh, blood. They drop an ice dragon skull, the bones, and of course the eggs. And the drops for these are the exact same as the last one, where it's 46 bones, 12 vials of blood, and 58 scales if they are fully grown. Now, as for the attacks, we have Roar, Super Roar, Bite, Grab and Shake, Wing Beat. This is where the change happens. Ice Breath, Ice Bomb, and the aerial attack. So the aerial attack was not a feature of the fire dragon. The ice dragon has this all on his own. And I will be showing you guys exactly what they look like as well. So let's check them out. So this is a, oh my gosh, he's already attacking things. This madman. All right, so let's get a few of them in just to show you guys what they look like. So they're pretty much all shades of white and blue. And you're already seeing them at work, what they basically do. I don't need to really say anything more than that. So they also seem to drop these like ice spikes on the ground, which actually bounce me around like this, as you're seeing. So that is a pretty cool ability of them. And they, for some reason, hate fish. The fire dragon didn't hate fish. Why does the ice dragon hate fish so much? Anyway, that is the ice dragon right there. And again, I don't want to go over too much of their combat because I want you guys to experience it. And just keep in mind, you can breed these guys as well. That's how you get the eggs and tame them and whatnot. But again, I want that all to be like an experience. While at the same time, you guys can always check it out on the wiki yourselves. I just want to move on to the next mob. So next up is, we are stepping away from dragons for a second. We are talking about the Gorgon. Gorgons are mini-bosses that lurk in coastal underground lairs and kill anything that looks at them with a petrifying gaze. Gorgons, we know what they look like. We're about to show. Spawning Gorgons can be located deep down in Gorgon temples, gigantic Greek-style stone temples which spawn randomly in beach biomes. So, I'm just imagining a small beach biome with a giant temple that you could probably barely miss. And the only thing that they can drop is their Gorgon heads. But this is what they look like. They have 100 health and 1 armor bar. They hate each other, apparently. This is what it looks like when they stare at each other. They turn each other to stone, and then the stone becomes 20 durability. That's kind of funny. Not 20 durability, 20 health. But yeah, pretty terrifying creatures, and as you can see, I just killed her, and she did drop her head. But that's actually pretty terrifying. You cut her head off. That's how you kill her, is you genuinely cut her head off. Alrighty, well that was the Gorgon. Moving on to the next mob is the Cyclops. Now there was a bit of confusion about the Cyclops because a lot of people thought he was just a hostile mob, but he's actually a mini-boss. Cyclopses are mini-bosses that tend to flocks of sheep inside large stony coves. So that's pretty cool. Cyclops can spawn mainly and located in Cyclops coves, large round stony coves with sheep pens which spawn randomly in beach again with the beach biomes. However, they can also very rarely be found wandering through plains and savanna biomes. So, although they have specific biomes, they can be found just spawning, you know, through a savanna biome or a plains biome, which is pretty cool. They can drop 0 to 10 pieces of raw mutton when killed, 1 to 10 pieces of leather, 0 to 5 blocks of wool. They have a 50% chance to drop an eye of the Cyclops, so Cyclops eye, and then a 2.5% chance of dropping the skull. So this is what they look like. They are very giant, as you can see, and terrifying. They have 150 health and 20 armor bars. Again, you can't miss them, and hey, there's some sheep over there, so why don't you guys go tend to the sheep? Just kidding, I'm killing you off. But yeah, as you can see, they do drop the items on their rare chances that they can. And that's pretty cool. And there's only one color of the eye, in case anyone was wondering. But yeah. Next up, we are on to the Hydra, which I believe is part of the quote-unquote DLC 1 update of this mod, if I was going to call it anything. Hydras are mini-bosses that kill their prey with a deadly venom and regenerate any of their heads when they get severed. So if you guys have seen the Hydras from like Twilight Forest maybe, or any other video game, you might know how the Hydras work. Or if you just know the mythical creature itself. Hydras are located in Hydra lairs, small roofless mounds of dirt which spawn randomly in swamp biomes, so that's pretty cool. They can drop 0 to 5 Hydra Fangs, 0 to 4 pieces of rotten flesh. They have a 10% chance of dropping their heart, and a 2.5% chance of dropping their Hydra skull, which is all of this right here, which is pretty cool. Behavior, they are hostile, and how to combat them. You basically want to bring a lot of buckets of milk. It suggests I will mention that because that's very important to note. Also, it says you want to carry fire weapons. That's probably your best chance of beating him, is using fire. That seems to be his weakness. And yeah, let's spawn him in, check him out, what he looks like. So this is what you would encounter with the Hydra. These have actually fought in my arena before in a mob battle. But yeah, they start off with 3 heads like this, and as you kill them, they will actually lose their heads over time. So I'm actually going to use a sword real quick. It recommended fire, right? So I'm going to use this fire sword, and I'm going to attack one just to see if I can end up knocking its head off. So he's on fire. Yeah, as you can see, I just knocked his head off. He is missing a head now. Kind of graphic, honestly. Knocked another head off. If you just keep going, they have 250 health and 1 armor bar, which is crazy. He's trying to use poison, and as you can see, he just grew a head back because I took too long. But I just wanted to show you quickly how that kind of would go. They seem very fast, and by the picture, it looks like they can grow up to 5 heads if you take too long to kill them. So that's pretty cool. Now on to the final mob, which is actually bringing it back from the start, which is the lightning dragon. Lightning dragons are one of the 3 dragons. Like fire and ice dragons, lightning dragons have 9 natural attacks that can decimate the player effortlessly. They also progress through the 5 stages, like we know. So lightning dragons can spawn in jungle, savanna, or badland biomes. Younger dragons are found in small roosts on the surface of stages 1 to 3, whereas the older ones are stages 4 to 5 and lurk in caverns beneath the ground. I like how it words it differently for these caverns. Every single dragon has a different wording for how the caverns work. Anyway, they drop the scales, the heart, the flesh. They can drop the blood, the lightning dragon skull, the bones, and of course we have the eggs like normal. Behavior, they're hostile like always. Their abilities are roar, super roar, bite, grab and shake, tail whip, wing beat, lightning breath, lightning bomb, and the aerial attack. So the fire dragon is the only one without the aerial attack, which is interesting to note. But that is the lightning dragon, and of course I will spawn him in just so we can get a look at his different colors and what he can do. So holy big health. So that's almost 300 health with 12 armor bars, and as you can see, they tear up the land pretty crazily. Oh, that's a streak. Alrighty then, that's the lightning attack. Jeez, that was terrifying. Well, as you can see, they can be in shades of like brownish orange or purple. They are... What do you... Stop, all of you just stop. You would know. All I'm going to say is, guys, you'll know if you encounter... Also, shouts to the ice spike biome right over there. If you guys want this seed, here's the seed to this world if you want to play with this mod on here, because literally, if I spawned in next to every biome I talked about today. Beaches over there, savanna, desert, plains, and ice spike right over here. Ice spike wasn't mentioned, but I think that'd be pretty cool. What did you people do over here? He literally charred the land. This man literally charred the land. He turned blocks to ash. What the heck? He was attacking, I think, a pig. I think that entire show of strength was against a pig. But if that's going to teach you guys anything, these dragons are not to be messed with. The ice dragon attacks all the fish. The fire dragon just seems relatively peaceful. And the lightning dragon attacks all animals. They're terrifying, and I don't want to know what they would do to a person, honestly. But this mod does seem very crazy. I know this isn't the final video I'm making on it, but I just want to sort of give my overall opinion since we're wrapping it up. And I do think this mod is probably one of the best mods, personally speaking, in the version of 1.16. If you guys didn't know, this mod is in 1.16. I forget to mention it when I've been doing these videos, but yes, this is a 1.16 mod, and it is very constantly updating. It's not like it's abandoned or anything. It's a very cool mod, and the mod creator plans on adding a ton more mobs in the near future, so I will be making videos on them once they are added. However, right now, that is it for the mini bosses. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, definitely smash that like button to show your support. Consider subscribing if you are new. We have one more video to go over the main only boss that's in the mod currently. And And then we'll see where we go from there. I'll talk more about in that video, again, what I want to do proceeding with this mod, if I plan on showcasing any more of it or not. But one more time, all the mini bosses in this mod are the Fire Dragon, the Ice Dragon, the Gorgon, the Cyclops, the Hydra, and the Lightning Dragon. So I hope you all have a great day, everyone. And again, if you want to suggest any of these from my Mob Battle series, go right ahead and do so. You guys know how it works if you watch that series. Otherwise, maybe consider checking it out if you're just watching this as a review. And also, once more, I hope you have a great day. Stay safe, everyone. Goodbye.